Okay, some context before I start. My whole life I loved playing video games. I was addicted. I would spend hours upon hours finding new puzzles, leveling up my stats, and more. This previous summer, I chose to learn a new skill and decided to learn game development. Since I was fairly new and just a beginner, I chose Roblox Studio as my game engine, since it seemed beginner friendly. Okay, I'll stop boring y'all with this now and get on with why y'all clicked on this video. What I learned about making a game for over 100 days. Everyone always confuses making a game with non-stop coding, but there are so many more components to that, like coming up with the idea for the game, and making the map, and advertising the game. On the very first day of summer, June 1st, I started my game development journey, which is when I had an idea to base my game off of Stardew Valley's fishing mechanic. It was a game that lets the players see what life was like living on a farm in a rural part of town. This was also my favorite game during this time. This is what the fishing mechanic looked like, with the player controlling the green bar and trying to make the fish inside of it, which would increase their progress bar, and once it was filled up, the fish was caught. I then implemented this into my game. This is what the present day version of this looks like. I would spend time researching online and reading on how to control player mouse inputs to make this. One thing I hate about the process of making a game is having to make your own meshes. What you see here is Blender. It is a program I use to make the map for my game. Like, you see all these trees, these grasses, this log, the rock, the whole map in general was all handcrafted and made by me. It's just a really annoying process. It took very long to make it. Something I never realized before was how much stat storing I would need to do. Like, for the fishing rods and like needing a place to store all their stats and what type of fish they can catch, and how much it would cost to buy them. This is where I learned about module scripts, which is what I would be using to store all the data from my fishing rods and other stuff. Like I was saying earlier in the beginning of the video, advertisement is a very big deal when making a game. Like, you have to get your game out there if you want people to play it. I knew of one way, which was to pay a lot of money for ads, but I'm broke, so there's no way I was gonna do that. So that is why, like, on the very first day I started making the game, I would upload my daily progress to this channel on YouTube Shorts. In these videos, I would tell people to join the Discord server, which would be in the comments, and to leave their thoughts of the game. I've grown a pretty good community so far, which has helped a game a lot with their suggestions. Most of my art in my game is from people in the Discord server who has helped me out. I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to talk about all the stuff I did in the first 2 months of making the game, to show the struggles I had to go through, coding and making the game, but I can't really remember anything. It was like almost half a year ago. Actually, one thing I do remember though, is a period when I thought I was gonna quit on making the game. I remember struggling for like a week straight because I couldn't figure out how to get the player to cast the fishing rod. I eventually got it to work after reading a lot online and using a rope constraint. If you are watching this video because you're about to go into game development and you want advice, just know at times it's gonna be hard, and for me there were like days where I had like the biggest headache from just doing this, and like I would just lay in bed all day. One of my favorite quotes is, "If it was easy, then everyone else would be doing it." Every time I feel like quitting, I just remember that line. Also, if you could subscribe real quick, it would help me a lot. A month ago, I hit 1K subscribers. It was like the most amazing experience ever. Like, it felt like I was on top of the world. Again, if you could, it would mean a lot. Okay, I just wanted to clarify, like, this video is not a tutorial like how to make a game. After you watch this video, like, you're not like gonna like instantly know how to make a game and all that stuff. Like, I barely even said anything to teach you. Like, I was just like explaining the process I went through. Like, if you want to like learn how to make a game, it's like just like stuff like you can read on the internet, like information you can like read to help you, right? Like, to like really get to know it, you just have to like go out there and do it. You like just start coding, messing around like on the game engine, like just like start messing around, like you get like more knowledge on like how to do stuff, like how everything works. Okay, going back to the topic of YouTube Shorts. So in these videos, like, of course I would have to talk, right? So like explain to like the viewers like how the game is going and like what's about, like explain the general stuff, right? But during this time I was like insecure about my voice because like I would stutter a lot, and my pronunciation wasn't that good, and like I would just like hate the way it sounded. So I used a
voice AI to talk for me and explain what I did in my videos.
And like for like such a long time, like 6 months, right? Like, this is the first video I'm making that I'm using my real voice. I just used a voice AI generator to talk for me because I like the way it sounded. Like, I don't like the way I sound, I like the way it sounded. So, but I feel like if I kept doing that, right, I was just being scared, you know. I wasn't improving myself. Like, I started this game development thing to like learn a new skill to improve myself, right? And if I just like if I don't get better, I just like keep hiding behind it, like I'm just not getting better, you know. So what I'm saying, like, if you don't like the way I sound, just know I'm trying, you know, and like I'm gonna get better eventually. Okay, I'll start talking about the game again. I was like getting sidetracked there a bit, but just like hey, clarify some stuff. So like a week ago, right? I like released the game, and it was like a huge like catastrophe. Like everything was going wrong. Like there was so many glitches everywhere. Like everything was falling apart. So then like I spent like my whole break like contacting the players, asking them like what was wrong, what was the glitch, and like I was just fixing all of them. You know, like I had no time like to add new features to my game. I spent my like whole Thanksgiving break, this whole week, just fixing glitches everywhere. But like after I fixed the glitches, right? I played my game and like the worst thing happened. Like it just hit me, you know. My game was like it was just so boring. Like the game was grindy. Like I made the game, right? So like I'm like more like lenient to it. Like I'm more on on like my side, right? But like I just couldn't agree with it. Like, but obviously like I'm the developer, right? So like why not fix it? You know, like why not like add more stuff? But you see, that's what people don't realize, right? It's not the ideas that are the problem. Like I have so many great ideas. Like if all my ideas got implemented to the game right now, like I think it would be like one of the top Roblox games. Like the problem is that like it just takes time and so much work to implement them. But don't worry, like I'm not afraid of like doing work, so I got straight into it. So I felt like the problem with the game is like it was just too grindy with all the fishing, right? So I made like a little parkour course. Like the players would like it would like be like an event, right? Like it would happen like every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes, and the players would like to do a parkour to get rewards in the game, right? Just like to take like some like give them a break from like non-stop fishing, like something else to do. But like the problem with this, right, is just like implementing a new feature. Like it also like came with a lot of glitches. Like the rod like would just start breaking, and then the player would disappear. So that I like search online why that kept happening. But like in the end, like you know, I finally got it done. Like I implemented the feature. It's now like a new update I added for the game. And like of course, like when you make a new update, right? When you add something new, there's like always like glitches that follow it. So then I would have like people like telling me on my Discord server, right? Like you know, it's like all of y'all, right? It's like telling me about how it's like, oh, there's a new glitch, there's a new glitch. And like sometimes like honestly I like it though, right? I like it when y'all tell me so I can go fix it, go back and fix it, you know? Like I don't want to like release like a broken game. So thank you. But like I'm telling you, like, I was like traumatized for a bit. Like every time I saw a message about a new glitch, I would start like going crazy and saw like another one, because like you know they're not easy to fix. Like I have to go back into like my coding, right? And it's like there's just so much code now, like and it goes endless, like pages on pages. And then I would have to like isolate where it's at and fix it. But I guess it's good, you know. Okay, so it's gonna be the end of the video. I feel like I rambled on enough, you know, like just talk about pointless things, but maybe you guys find it interesting. If you liked the video, you could like it, please, for me. Thank you. It would help me, like, you know, like spread more awareness, like get the video more out there. And the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, we can beat that. If you don't like it, it's cool. You can just like move on to the next video you find. If you want to check out the game I made, which is the one I was also talking about this whole video, the link will be in the description. Just remember when you play it, right? If you don't like it, like if you don't think it's good, just remember I'm just like one person, you know, like compared to these like other games have like a whole company based off it, like, and I had to learn how to make the game too in this process. So you know, just be lenient for like a while until like it actually gets good.